Hello students, a very warm welcome to all of you. In this today's session, let me give you an idea what is it all about. I will be discussing an introduction to sociology in a very basic format for all those students who are not able to decide whether sociology is your cup of tea or not. If you are in a state of dilemma or a confusion whether you should be taking this subject, or do you want to build a fresh perspective of what your society is all about? This compilation of series is for you. I will be discussing 8 different videos where I will be talking to you about what is sociology at the UPSC level. What are some of the fundamental concepts that you should be aware of? What are some of the basic terminologies that you are commonly going to see? My name is Dr. Farhan Nasir. I am an alumni of Delhi University and I'm also doing my research at an international university. I want to give you a good idea about my experiences that I have learned by teaching at Delhi, Hyderabad, Bangalore and number of different institutions. Let's try to get started. What is Introduction to Sociology? Verily, beginning at the start, when we look at what is the pattern of UPSC, this examination has got 3 areas that it deals with: prelims, mains, and interview. Verily, when you look at it, this optional study is going to be there at the mains level. So we are going to study at the mains platform. Many topics we are also going to discuss at the personality test as well. And I don't think hardly anything will be discussed at the preliminary level. So we will be studying at the optional level, that is the mains. And what are some of the concepts? Let's look at it. See, as soon as I ask the word sociology, what thing comes in your mind? It is combined from the two words socio and logy. We are trying to understand the society. But this doesn't mean that nobody else has tried to make an attempt. Society has been studied in different ways by different set of systems. For example, if you go to a religious pandit, he will also try to give you an explanation of what society is. I would regard that to be as a religious explanation, or I can say it is a form of a theological explanation. If you ask somebody who is an artist, a person who thinks a lot, we also try to understand the society on the basis of philosophy as well. We also try to understand the society on the basis of cultural, traditional aspects. But here, the term sociology refers to understanding of the society on the basis of something called as scientific temperament. We try to understand the society on the basis of logic by using the element of rationality, and we try to incorporate less of values but more on evidences, numbers, data, factual form of information. So what is basically sociology trying to do? We are trying to get different views which will be called as the perspectives. These perspectives are later going to get further more developed. They will become as thinkers. Right now, I don't want you to talk or think about the term thinkers. Just understand religion, philosophy, tradition, all these components have tried to give you an explanation what society is. But here in the subject of sociology, we are trying to understand the society on the basis of scientific temperament, logic, rationality, factual information, and we develop multiple perspectives. Apart from this, There are so many different kind of issues that you are surrounded with. For example, there is an issue that has happened where a woman is suffering from domestic violence. That could be a problem for a woman which is present. For a man, there could be a problem such as the issue of alcoholism. For a youngster, there could be a problem of an unemployment. For a child, there could be a problem of over stress or a depression that has been created by the education system. Sociology is basically trying to understand all these different sets of issues from a women perspective, from a man perspective, from an adult, or even from a child. We try to understand different forms of social issues, and then around these social issues, we try to go more into the depth why these problems are present and how can we provide a redressal mechanism to it. If we further go ahead, sociology also becomes important in the age of globalization, because as we see, the society is becoming more and more heterogeneous. Different types of cultures are interacting with one another. Therefore, this subject also becomes important to understand the complex nature of it. In today's time, as we are seeing, the globalization is increasing the diversity. A good example for that is a cosmopolitan city such as Bangalore, a Delhi. And more cosmopolitan is increasing. The technology is also increasing. When the technology increases, the type of human interaction will also change, such as there are rising metropolitans. And as the technology increases, these will create more and more smart cities. And we are moving towards a society where different cultures are also interacting with one another. So therefore, sociology is trying to build an interdisciplinary subject. What are we looking at? We are looking at different forms of views to understand the same society. So it focuses on the different views. We try to understand different forms of issues. We also try to understand what these global societies are all about. What is cosmopolitan? What are smart cities? How the Gen Z is trying to think in today's time. This subject can be defined as a scientific study of human society, means your surrounding, social relationships, interactions between individuals and groups. And now, okay, as soon as I say the word society, it literally means some groups. What is your society? For example, if I ask, please explain me your society, you are going to tell me my surrounding is my society. I go to a college, I go to a workplace, that is my society. I'm sitting with my family, my relative, my neighbors, that's my society. I go and talk to my friends, peer group, that can be considered as one. Exactly. Society means some groups. It's a community, and when we bring all these groups and communities together in a cluster, it will be referred as a society. For example, when we look what constitutes your surrounding, you are going to tell me my surrounding will include the aspect of education system. It includes the aspect of a political system. The element of religion is also a part of my society. I go and I see how the stock market is doing. I talk about being a buyer or being a seller. I'm spending some time with my family and relatives, or I am spending some time on technology. A society is basically a cluster of different forms of institutions They can be called to be as systems, and these institutions or systems, they have got some specific rules and regulations, and they are supposed to give you an identity. Each one of these systems that we are talking about, education, polity, religion, technology, family, economy, these are going to be present, and they are supposed to give you a form of an identity. The identity is it will create a type of social behavior. For example, the education system is going to give you an identity of a student. The political system is going to give you an identity of a civilian, and you can be called as a citizen in that political system. That religion is going to give you a form of an identity where you will consider yourself as a devotee, and you will apply to those norms, the behavioral patterns, and you will interact accordingly. For example, for the next time when you're going to a kirana shop, you will make sure that you are being restricted to keep yourself just as a buyer. You will not be entertaining a lot of questions if that kirana uncle is asking you. You will make sure you will buy that milk packet, a curd packet. You will go back because you are behaving yourself as a form of a buyer. There is a social behavior which is expected out of you, and you will interact according to those set of norms that has been established. It is like a value system that has been created. And here, the identity that you are going to get, you will be considered as a daughter, a son, a sibling, etc. It is adherent to the family systems, and in the terms of technology, your identity is considered as a user. That is why you are having a user ID. And here, what are we looking? A society is basically a set of cluster of different institutions, systems, rules and regulations. And here we are talking about those institutions. Education will make you like a student. A political system will make you act like a civilian. Religion is expecting you to perform like a devotee. The economic system will ensure that you act according to the values or the norm or the culture like a buyer or a seller. The family will give you an identity as a son, daughter, sibling, etc. The technology is expecting that you act like a user. Here, we are trying to understand a society is like a group of systems. These systems will create some behaviors out of you, and on those behavioral patterns, you create an interaction. Each corresponds to a specific institution. We, in the before slide, we were talking about the institutions which are present. These are the sets of institutions, and which represents a structure, established norms, behavior, culture, and value systems. So what is sociology all about? Sociology is the scientific study of human society, social relationships, interactions between individuals. And in this UPSC paper of sociology, what you are going to see, let's take a look at it. The paper 1, and there will be a paper 2. The paper 1 is going to be made for 250 marks. The paper 2 is also going to be made for 250 marks. The first paper, it is going to include a lot of basic concepts. It is designed in such a way that even if you are not coming from an arts background, you don't know much about social sciences, you are coming from engineering, BSc commerce background, the paper 1 is designed in such a way it covers the basic topics. It includes the core concepts of sociology, or it also is called to be as essentials of sociology. The term what the UPSC gives, it is called to be as fundamentals of sociology. Here in this paper, we talk about the worldview. We will be looking at the global concepts, how the Europe has spoken about this subject, What are the different thinkers such as Karl Marx, Socrates? What are they trying to speak about society? The student of Socrates, what does Plato has to say? What does Aristotle has to say? The famous thinkers such as Durkheim, Weber, Parson, what are these contributions? So in the paper 1, we talk about the worldview. The paper 2, it is like a local perspective. We try to understand the subject on the basis of regional studies. We try to understand the concept, how this sociology is studied at a local, regional level. And the term that we are having over here, the paper 2 is called to be as Indian sociology. It is called as Indian sociology. Paper 1 is called as fundamentals of sociology. So your outline is made as paper 1 and paper 2. And here I will bring an end to my first part. What have we discussed? We try to say first that this subject will be studied at the mains optional level. What is sociology? It is a subject where we are trying to understand different viewpoints on the basis of scientific temperament, logic, rationality, which is called as perspectives. We try to understand what are the different issues from different people, men, women, adult, child, etc. We focus on whys and hows of these social issues, the diversity. We try to focus on institutions, which gives you an identity as what you're seeing in front. And the outline of sociology is created in such a manner. That's it in our today's session. In the next video, I will be talking to you about some terms that are very commonly used. What are these terms all about? What is the history of this subject? What is the major contributions which are given by important thinkers? We will be meeting in our next video regarding the terms of sociology.